The Dershow.
I have some understanding of the judge's position. Why do we want to know? And we should stop wanting to know, because the more we want to know, the more it empowers this horrible person to withhold information from us. If we say, as the judge said, we don't give a damn why you did it, that's your perversion. That's your ridiculousness. All we know is you did it, and you did it in a horrible way. That's enough for us. We don't care about your explanation. Don't even bother to give us your explanation. That's an approach, and I understand that approach. And I didn't think that was the right approach until I heard the judge make his statement. And the judge kind of persuaded me that maybe he was right. He didn't persuade me that the DA was right in not asking for it. Maybe in the end we should disregard it, but I don't think denying the family the right to hear something from him was justifiable. So, you all make your own decisions. I'm sure there are many people out there who are opposed to the death penalty. For them, it's a just result, life imprisonment. There are probably some out there who say everybody who kills should get the death penalty. That's what the Bible says, basically. And there are those who say, like many, that it should depend on the circumstances of the case. And for those for whom it depends on the circumstances of the case, then you want to know the circumstances. Yeah, you want to know what craziness may have motivated this guy to walk into a couple of bedrooms, and just kill helpless people who were sleeping, who they didn't know, strangers who they had nothing against. So, as a person who has studied criminal justice for more than 60 years, I think I took my first class in criminal justice close to 70 years ago in college from Professor Wilson. Of course, I'm dying to know what went through this perverted man's perverted brain and emotions that would allow him to do it. I mean, none of us can imagine standing over somebody sleeping in bed, innocent, beautiful, and just plunging a knife into them and killing them. It's incomprehensible. And, curiosity, we want to know. Could we ever know? Probably not. Probably we would never know, because probably he is incapable of telling the truth. He probably doesn't really know why he killed. It may have been just impulsive, although it was planned. I mean, there was a lot of preparation going into this. It wasn't just that he met somebody in the street, took out his knife, and killed them. There have been those cases as well. There's so much killing. You see every weekend now in Chicago and New York and other places, often in front of or in nightclubs, there are killings. They're just people kill each other. It's just horrible, the murder rate in this country. I know we can have a great debate. It doesn't have anything to do with the wide availability of guns. Wouldn't they kill with knives? After all, this guy didn't kill with a gun. He killed with a knife. You could debate that all you want. And there are reasonable arguments on all sides. I do believe that the easy availability of illegal guns in the country is a factor in why some murders were committed that probably wouldn't have been committed had there been no easily available guns. But again, you can get back to that argument: the guns kill or the people kill. Well, it's people with guns who kill. So, but here we have people with knives who kill. So, very unsatisfying resolution. He's going to be taken off to prison. Probably we'll never see him again. It's probably the last time he'll ever appear in public. He'll die in obscurity if he's not killed in prison. And we know that the highest crime rate in the world occurs not on the streets of cities, but in prisons. And that's why getting sentenced to a jail or a prison is often more than a life sentence. It's very, very often a death sentence. So we remember Whitey Bulger got killed in prison. I was just talking about Loeb from the Leopold and Loeb case. And there are so many other cases of people who have been killed in prison. People also commit suicide in prison because prison's a horrible place. Jeffrey Epstein, was he killed or did he commit suicide in jail? That's an issue. Oh, I said I wouldn't mention Jeffrey Epstein. I'm so sorry. I didn't mention him in connection with anything that's sex. I apologize. It just slipped out. What can I tell you? You can't have a show. You can't have a conversation without the E word popping up. Apologize. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is the last we'll hear from Kohberger. There is no appeal. There is no commutation. His fate is sealed. Whether he survives prison or not, that's up in the air. We don't know whether he gets special protection because of his notoriety. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But at the very least, he deserved life imprisonment with no possibility of parole. And I leave it to you to decide whether he also should have gotten the death penalty, at the risk of possibly getting one juror who might have said, no, I don't like the death penalty, so I'm going to acquit him. There's always that possibility, but unlikely in this case. And even if you have one juror, so you get a second jury trial, you get a hung jury, you get a second jury trial. So I don't get why the DA made the deal he made. You know, he said he wanted to give closure to the family. Yeah, that's just nonsense. He said there were motions that would have taken decades. That's nonsense. Motions don't take decades. They're always denied. And then they're appealed. So it might take a year or two. It's not going to take decades. And that's not the reason for making the deal. The reason for making the deal is closure and finality. And that's what we've gotten in this case at a very, very, very high cost.